All right, let's dive into this crypto thing. You sent over this YouTube video, Crypto for Beginners, your step-by-step guide to start investing in 2025. It's got rockets and money bags in the title, so you know it's going to be good. But honestly, crypto can feel like a whole different language, and I know a lot of people are worried about, like, actually losing their money.
It's true. The potential rewards are huge, but so are the risks. What I find interesting about this video is how it addresses that fear right from the start, especially for beginners.
Yeah, it jumps right into talking about crypto wallets and exchanges. Like, those are the building blocks for investing safely. It's like before you even think about buying Bitcoin, you need the right tools to handle it responsibly. So let's break this down. What exactly are these wallets and why are there different types?
Think of a crypto wallet like your digital bank account, right?
Hmm.
It's where you keep your cryptocurrency safe, just like a regular wallet holds your cash and cards. The video talks about hot and cold wallets, kind of like choosing between, let's say, a checking account, which is super easy to access, and a safe deposit box at the bank for your really valuable stuff.
Okay, so that makes sense. The hot wallet is on your phone or computer, always connected, which makes it convenient to trade or spend crypto. But does that also mean it's riskier, like more vulnerable to hackers?
Right. The ease of a hot wallet comes with some security trade-offs.
Yeah.
That's where cold wallets come in. These are like little devices that store your crypto offline, so they're much harder to hack. The video recommends starting with a hot wallet if you're new to crypto and dealing with smaller amounts. Then, as you invest more and hold for the long term, you might want to consider a cold wallet for that extra layer of security.
Got it. So it depends on how you're investing, but here's where I start to worry. What happens if, I don't know, I lose my phone or I completely blank on my wallet password? Is all my crypto just gone?
That's a valid fear, and the video really stresses how important that recovery phrase is. It's like a set of words, usually 12 or 24, that acts as a master key to your crypto. Write it down, store it somewhere safe offline, maybe even have a backup copy in a totally different spot. Seriously, this is like your crypto lifeline.
Okay, recovery phrase. Got it. Memorized. But let's rewind for a sec. We keep saying buy crypto, but where does that even happen? The video talks about crypto exchanges. Are those kind of like the stock market for crypto?
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Crypto exchanges are platforms where you can buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies. They connect buyers and sellers, making it all happen.
So just like picking a bank you trust, I'm guessing choosing the right exchange is a big deal, right? The video mentions Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. What are the key things to look for when I'm trying to decide which one to use?
You're absolutely right. Picking a good exchange is crucial. Security should be your top priority. Look for exchanges with strong security measures, like two-factor authentication and a good reputation. Check out reviews, see what other users are saying, and do some research on their history. You also want an exchange that's easy to use, especially as a beginner, and consider the fees they charge, because those can add up.
So it's a lot to consider. Security, their reputation, how easy it is to use, and the costs involved. But let's get to the fun part, actually buying your first crypto. The video makes it seem super simple, but are there any common mistakes that beginners often make that I should watch out for?
One big one is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Don't rush into buying just because you see the price going up. Research the project, understand what it's all about, and think long term. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint, remember that.
Okay, slow and steady wins the crypto race. I get it. What about those altcoins the video mentions? Should beginners even bother with those when starting out? Or is it better to stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Bitcoin and Ethereum are the giants, for sure. But the world of altcoins is huge and pretty fascinating. Honestly, though, I'd recommend getting a good grasp on Bitcoin and Ethereum first, learn how they work, how they're different, and understand the risks involved. They're kind of like the foundation of crypto, and what you learn there will apply to a lot of altcoins too.
It's like learning the basics of a language before you try to read a novel, right? So once you've got Bitcoin and Ethereum down, you can start exploring those other crypto avenues.
Exactly. The crypto world is constantly changing, and there's always something new to learn. Take your time, do your research, and most importantly, never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's probably the best advice for any investor, especially when it comes to something as unpredictable as crypto. Speaking of unpredictable, the video talks about using dollar cost averaging to deal with those crazy price swings. I've heard that term before, but can you explain what it actually means and why it's good for beginners?
Okay, so we've talked about wallets, exchanges, even those altcoins, but this whole dollar cost averaging thing, or DCA, it's supposed to help with those crazy ups and downs in crypto, right?
Right.
It sounds a little too good to be true, though.
Well, it's not magic, but DCA is definitely a good way to reduce risk, especially if you're new to crypto.
Yeah.
It takes the emotion out of investing, which can be dangerous when prices are all over the place.
So less panic selling when things dip and less jumping in when everyone's going crazy for the next big thing? Exactly. With DCA, you're basically averaging out the price you pay over time. Imagine you decide to invest, say, $100 in Bitcoin every week, no matter what the price is doing. Some weeks you'll get fewer Satoshis because the price is high, and some weeks you'll get more because it's low. In the long run, you smooth things out and don't get hit as hard by those big price swings.
So it's like a buffer for my crypto portfolio. I like that idea. But what if I'm really confident about a certain coin and I want to just go all in? Would DCA actually make me miss out on potential gains if the price just keeps going up?
That's a good point, and it shows the balance between minimizing risk and trying to get the biggest gains.
Hmm.
DCA is more on the conservative side. It's about stability and growth over time, not trying to perfectly time the market. If you really believe in a project, you might split your investment, use DCA for some, and maybe take more risks with the rest.
Got it. DCA is like the safe bet. And then maybe get a little wild once I know what I'm doing. But before I go crazy with altcoins, the video mentions something called market capitalization, or market cap. I've seen that term a lot, but it sounds a bit intimidating. Can you break that down for me?
Market cap is basically the total value of all the coins of a cryptocurrency that are out there. Think of it as a way to measure how big and popular a cryptocurrency is. Higher market cap usually means a more established project that's not going to fluctuate as wildly.
So it's like comparing different countries based on their economies. Bitcoin's like the US, and then you have all these other countries, some big, some small, representing the altcoins.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. And just like with countries, there's more to consider than just size. Some smaller altcoins might have huge potential for growth, while some of the big ones might be getting close to their peak. It's all about understanding what's going on in the market and the specific projects you're interested in.
Okay, market cap. Size matters, but it's not everything. Noted. But with so many altcoins out there, how do you even start figuring out which ones are worth looking at? The video mentioned different types, but it was a bit overwhelming. What are some key questions I should be asking myself when I'm trying to navigate the altcoin world?
The most important question is, what problem is this altcoin trying to solve? Does it do something unique or improve on existing technology? Then, who's behind it? Look into the team, their background, what they've done before. Read the project's white paper. It's like a blueprint that explains their goals, technology, and plans. And finally, look at the community and how widely it's being used. Is there a strong community supporting it? Are companies or developers actually using the technology?
So it's like a deep dive within a deep dive, figuring out the purpose, the team, the tech, and the community behind each altcoin. Sounds like detective work. But let's say I've done my research and found some altcoins that look interesting. What are some red flags that should make me think twice?
Watch out for projects that make big promises that sound too good to be true. They probably are. Be careful if the team is anonymous or if they don't have much experience. Lack of transparency is always a bad sign. And pay attention to what people are saying in the community. Are there concerns or criticisms that you should look into further?
So a bit of skepticism is a good thing with altcoins, just like with any investment. Let's switch gears for a minute and talk about something that's been on my mind. Security. We covered wallets and exchanges, but are there other things I can do to protect my crypto from hackers?
You're right to be thinking about that. Security is so important in the crypto world. Beyond using a good exchange and a safe wallet, make sure you have two-factor authentication turned on for all your accounts. This adds another layer of security by requiring a code from your phone or email along with your password.
So even if someone gets my password, they still can't get in without that code. That's a relief. What about those phishing scams I've heard about? Those emails or messages that try to trick you into giving away your information?
Phishing is a real threat. Be very careful about any emails or messages you get out of the blue asking for your personal info or login details. Real exchanges and wallet providers will never ask you for your private keys or passwords through email or messages.
Got it. If it seems fishy, it probably is a phishing scam. What about using public Wi-Fi? Is that a big no-no for crypto stuff?
Public Wi-Fi networks are often not very secure, which makes them an easy target for hackers. If you have to use public Wi-Fi, I'd really recommend using a VPN, a virtual private network. It encrypts your internet traffic, so it's much harder for hackers to snoop on what you're doing.
So a VPN is like my crypto invisibility cloak. Smart. Besides all the tech stuff, are there any mindset shifts or habits I should develop to stay safe in the crypto world?
Definitely. Don't believe everything you see. Always double-check things that sound too good to be true. Make sure you're on the right website before entering any personal info, because scammers often create fake websites that look real. And stay updated on the latest security threats and best practices, because the crypto world is always changing, and so are the ways hackers try to get you.
So it's about staying informed, questioning everything, and being aware of how things are changing. Let's shift gears again and talk about regulation. The video mentions that it's a changing landscape, but how do you see regulation affecting the future of crypto? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Regulation is a tricky topic in crypto. Some people see it as necessary to make the industry legitimate and protect investors, while others think it goes against the whole idea of decentralization and freedom in crypto.
So it's a balancing act, trying to find the right level of oversight without stopping innovation and individual freedom.
Exactly. It's a debate that's still going on, and the rules are constantly changing. It's important to know what the regulations are, where you live, and how they might affect your crypto activities.
Okay, regulation. Stay informed and keep an eye on it. Got it. But with all the talk about tech and security and rules, it's easy to forget about the people involved, the whole community that's driving this crypto revolution. What are your thoughts on the role of community in crypto? Is it just about online forums and prices, or is there something more to it?
The community is one of the coolest things about crypto. It's a global network of people who are passionate about the potential of this tech to change the world. It's a place for collaboration, sharing knowledge, and open source development.
So it's like a virtual nation united by the belief in decentralization and the power of blockchain.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the technical stuff. There's a real sense of community, support, and even activism within crypto.
That's awesome to hear. It reminds me that behind all the code and algorithms, there are real people with real hopes and dreams for a better future. As we wrap up this part of our crypto deep dive, I have one last question. With all the risks and challenges we talked about, is investing in crypto really worth it? What would you say to someone who's curious about the possibilities, but still hesitant about jumping in?
Crypto is a high-risk, high-reward investment. There's no doubt about that. It's not for everyone. But if you're willing to learn, understand the risks, and take a long-term view, it has the potential for amazing returns, and you get to be part of something that's changing the world.
So it's a calculated risk, a leap into the unknown, but one that could pay off big time.
Maybe even bigger than you can imagine. We're still figuring out what crypto will become, and the possibilities are pretty much endless.
Now that's an exciting thought. Stay tuned for the final part of our crypto deep dive, where we'll explore some tools and resources to help you navigate this crazy and exciting world. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground. Setting up wallets, figuring out market cap, even exploring those altcoins. I'm feeling pretty good about my crypto knowledge now, but I also need some actual tools, To put all this into practice, the video kind of skips over that part. What are your go-to resources for, like, staying ahead of the game in crypto?
You're right, information is key, especially with how fast things change in crypto. One of my essentials, believe it or not, is just Google, but it's knowing where to look, right? Sites like CoinDesk and Cointelegraph are great. They're like the Wall Street Journal of crypto, I guess. They cover market trends, news about regulations, even deep dives into new tech. It's my daily dose of what's going on.
So that's for staying up to date on the big picture. But what about when I want to get into the really technical stuff? Are there any resources for the crypto nerds out there?
Oh, for sure. Bitcoin Magazine and the Ethereum Foundation blog, those are gold mines if you love getting into the nitty-gritty. It's where developers and researchers share their stuff. It can be really helpful, even if you're not a coder yourself, because it helps you understand the why behind the what, which is important for making good decisions.
Okay, news sites for the overview, blogs for the deep dives. Sometimes, though, the best info comes from, real people sharing their experiences, The good, the bad, the I wish I knew that before moments. Are there any online communities you'd recommend for that kind of learning?
Reddit can be a bit of a mixed bag, but subreddits like cryptocurrency and our Bitcoin can be good places to connect with other people, talk about projects, and just get a feel for what people are thinking about certain coins. Just remember to, take everything with a grain of salt. Not everyone online is an expert, and there's a lot of noise to sift through.
Yeah, don't believe everything you read on the internet, right? Probably even more true in crypto, where everyone's got an opinion and they're all pushing their favorite coin. So thinking critically is key. But back to the practical side. Remember how freaked out I was about losing my phone with my crypto on it?
Yeah.
Any tools out there to help me manage that and keep track of everything?
Absolutely. Portfolio trackers are lifesavers. Blockfolio, CoinMarketCap, Delta, they're all popular. They connect to your exchanges and wallets and show you, in real time, what you have, your profits, losses, even how diverse your portfolio is. No more checking a million different places and trying to remember how much you spent on what.
That sounds like a game changer. But beyond just keeping track of my investments, are there other tools that can help me, like, actually stay safe from those hackers we talked about?
We mentioned VPNs before, and I can't stress enough how important they are, especially if you're using public Wi-Fi or checking your accounts on the go. A VPN encrypts your internet activity, creating a secure connection. It's like having a bodyguard for your online stuff.
VPN, got it. Anything else I should add to my crypto toolkit?
The best tool, honestly, is your mindset. Be patient, don't believe everything you hear, and think long-term. Crypto's a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good times and bad times. You'll get caught up in the hype sometimes, and maybe even make some decisions you regret. But if you believe in the technology and what it can do, those rough patches are just part of the journey.
It's like a roller coaster, right? Ups, downs, maybe even a few moments where you're like, why am I doing this? But you're there for the ride, and you got to remember why you got on in the first place. This deep dive has been amazing. I've learned so much about crypto, but I also know this is just the start.
It's been great exploring this with you. The crypto world never stops changing, so stay curious, keep learning, and enjoy the ride.
That's the perfect note to end on. And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has given you the knowledge and tools you need to start your own crypto journey. What will you do with it? The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, happy exploring.